Hello guys, welcome back to Mompreneur Diaries. In this channel we do a lot of content on home management. We do a lot of cleaning motivation, parenting videos, and all things and everything house helps. And today I want to tackle something that a lot of my viewers have requested me to do. It is tips on successfully hiring a house help. I'll only share 5 tips today, but keep it locked here. Subscribe to this channel for great content on. You learn so much about what you can do with your house help. Keep the questions coming as well. I'll be able to handle them with time. And yeah, let's get started. So it's a very cumbersome thing to really hire the right nanny at a particular time, especially if it's your first time to hire a nanny. So today, the topic I'm going to cover will be very helpful, and I hope you take your pens and your paper and just write something down. In case you have a question, please feel free. I'll get back to you. Just ask on the comment section, and I'll respond to your comment. Now, tip number 1, you need to understand your environment, because sometimes you're hiring for the first time. You're just new in marriage, you're new in your career, you have a baby. So there's so much happening around your life. And then you need to bring someone else in your life again. And you have a lot of things to, to understand, and you engage in so many things. And you'll realize that rapidly things have changed a lot. So if you're not careful enough, you'll bring in someone who will not understand and will not understand you. And it will be a problem, like totally a problem. So you need to understand your environment. You need to understand your job. Is your job too demanding? If it's too demanding, it will guide you to know the kind of a house help you need. Do you need a live-in or you need a live-out? About your child, maybe you need to understand the kind of a child you have. Is it the child that sleeps all through the night and is awake most time of the day, or sleep most of the times in the day and is awake mostly in the night? So that means you need a nanny who is hands-on during the day. For example, if your child is mostly awake during the day, you need a hands-on nanny who can handle the child without a problem. So you need to understand your environment. That will guide you to the exact kind of person you're looking for. Okay? And also, when you understand your environment, it will be very easy to bring in someone else and help them to understand you and understand your environment and make work easy for both you and the house help. So tip number 2, consider your needs. What are your needs when you want to hire? Are you looking for someone who is all round? All round, I mean someone who can cook, someone who can clean very well, someone who can take good care of your babies, someone who can hold up for you when you're not there, someone who can drive maybe. So you need to understand your needs particularly. Sometimes we get to a point whereby you're just looking for someone who can take good care of your child. The housework you can help during the weekend. So it's important to understand your needs very, very clearly. Your needs also include your budget. You tell yourself, if my budget is 10,000 shillings, this is what I expect out of my 10,000 shillings. So understand your needs versus your abilities and your expectations. This will also help you to get a nanny, because sometimes you get one and you're told, I have to, maybe you're hiring from an agency. The agency, after listening to your needs, will give you 2 options, and then they'll tell you one needs is asking for 5,000 and the other one is requesting for 7,000, and then you're like, my budget is 6,000. So the one with 5,000 though can handle maybe only 2 things out of your 5 needs, but the one asking for 7,000 can handle your 5 needs, or 4 out of 5. So it's upon you to decide what you can work with. Can you add this additional 1,000 so that you get this one with more qualities, or can you do with this one of 5,000 and then you see how to fill the gap of the 3 qualities she does not have that you require? So it's important to understand your need. It will also help you to work with a budget within your means. Tip number 3 is the hiring option. What option do you want to use? In Kenya, we have two. You can either self-recruit or you can use an agency stroke bureau. Self-recruitment is more of referrals, like you tell your friends you're looking for a house help and then they refer someone or your parents or whatever. But even so, one part we forget to do is that when we self-recruit, we forget to do the background checks, which is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Because you see what happens is, you'll tell a friend that you're looking for a house help, yes. Then they know someone who knows someone who knows someone who is looking for a job. So this list is so long. By the time you're taking this person to your house, she comes in with an ID, yes. How sure that ID is hers? You don't know. Do you know any relative of this person? You don't know. Maybe she says she does not have a phone. You buy a phone, you give her a new number. But could be this person is not as innocent as you think, maybe, or she's not the person, she's impersonating somebody, maybe. So when you decide to self-recruit, please make sure you do the background check. I'll do a video on how to do a background check by yourself. And then, if you're using an agency or a bureau, do you understand the terms of the agency? And before you decide to use an agency, please check on the recommendations people are giving about them. Nowadays, you can go to a page on Facebook and just ask about a certain agency. Then you'll get response from there. Most likely, it will not be 100%. But look at it. Are you getting 50% good comments about this agency? If so, you can try them out, because we are dealing with human beings anyway. So once in a while, an agency can be very good and very thorough in their job, but then they get 1 or 2 disappointments in one area or another. But if they're getting about 50% good recommendation from their clients, or you can talk to that agency and ask them for a contact of a client whom they've dealt with, then you can get some recommendations from them. Don't just trust anybody that because they're saying they're an agency, they're as good as maybe they look on whatever page they are doing. So make sure if you're hiring by an agency, they have to prove that they've done a background check. Don't just assume anything. We are dealing with lives here. We are dealing with children. People are very innocent and very independent on other people. So you must make sure that the person you're bringing to your house is someone who can help your child to grow, not someone who will make your child lose the qualities you've already put in place. It's very difficult to raise a child, by the way. So make sure that if you're bringing someone else, a third party to help you raise your child, it's someone you're sure will not fade out the qualities you've already put in your child. So this is a very sensitive area of the hiring option you're going to choose. And then also when you're using an agency, remember you're paying money. So make sure you get value for money. Value for money is that you tell them your needs, and at least they have to give 7 out of 10 of your needs if it's so bad. Then tip number 4, personalized contracts. By personalized contracts, I mean whether you're hiring by yourself or you're hiring through an agency, you need to have some contracts written by you, not by the agency. The agency will have their contracts, of course, but you as the employer, you must have your contracts. The contracts should include interview questions, when you're hiring. Yes, maybe from an agency, they'll interview for you, but of course you like to also interview by yourself. So in your contract, you should add your interview questions. You should have your payments, like your budget. You should have your disciplinary actions, and you should also have the job description, like what you expect the nannies to do, your roles as an employer to this person, and their roles as an employee in your house. And you talk about things like off days, leave days, compensations in case you have any. Do you have sick leaves? Do you have, how long is this contract supposed to last? What happened after a contract ends? So all these things should be in your personalized contract. In as much as you have a contract between you and the agency, you should also have a personalized contract between you and your house help. And I would recommend that you have a file, just a file for your house help. In this file, you'll have, let's say you've paid them. It's important. We are making this industry to be, you know, as professional as it can be. We've had cases whereby some girls are paid and then they bring a case against their bosses that they were not paid. So you can do either an M-Pesa payment and make sure you keep that message, but also you can buy a receipt book from the supermarket, and every day you pay them, you indicate, you write a receipt, they sign, and you sign, and you sign on the contract, so that you'll not have any difficulties. I've heard of a case whereby an employer was forced to pay like about 3 times of what she had already paid, but because she did not have evidence, she really just had to pay, because there was no evidence that she had paid the money. So make sure you always have your evidence, you have a file of everything. And then this will also help you to keep a record, you know. Every month, I forgot to state that in your contract you should have work review statement, whereby at the end of every month you just check out on you sit down in your household, and then you check on the goods and the bads and what needs to be improved. It will be very easy to have easy flow, just for you to also have an easy career life balance. If everything is right at home, I tell you, work will be very well. But you know, sometimes we even don't get these promotions at work because mixing home and work can be cumbersome. What you call career life balance can be very cumbersome. So we are trying to make work easier. Just have that sheet so that you compare notes at the end of every month. Tell her the areas she needs to improve, what you've noted that is not right, and you know, it will help you so much, a great deal, so that you not keep on orienting and feeling disappointed and all that. Give them room also for improvement. And the last point is communication. Before you hire house help, and this is a mistake we do as employers, we do not make the rules very clear just before you start your work. What happens is we hire, then after we hire, we start imposing rules, like or sometimes we expect them to automatically understand our households, which is not possible, by the way, because even as when you're employed somewhere, you have to go through orientation of that company. In as much as you could have 20 years experience from a different place, but when you join a new company, you must be oriented. The same should apply to our house helps. Every time you employ a house help, or you're planning to employ a house help, make sure you communicate your terms and your conditions, your house rules, your expectations, your disciplinary actions, and you know, because this will help a lot. This will help. Instead of letting them come into your house, then you start imposing the rules one by one. It will not work. So it's better to communicate everything you think you need to communicate before they start their jobs, so that you will be sure that the person you're hiring is okay with your terms and regulations. So please try out these 5 tips when you're hiring today. And I'll be doing a lot of content still on house helps. And in case you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Subscribe to this channel. There's more great content coming up your way. We are all here to just help parents and women to have a career life balance. Things that can make you balance both home efficiently or manage your home efficiently, so that you can have so much time to excel in your work. Thanks a lot for watching, and please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Ciao.